Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to a special housing report brought to you in association with the BNZ. Today we look at some key figures from the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand on house prices in March from February. And they show that the median house price, unadjusted, is up to a record high of just over $360,000. However, volumes in the market are not surging to the same extent. When you look at the number of houses sold in March versus February, it is up, but it's still down on where it was a year ago. March is traditionally one of the strongest months in the year for sales of houses. And there seems to be a bit of a Mexican standoff going on in the market at the moment. We've had a rush of new listings onto the market as some people look to exit while prices are back up again. Also, there's some concern around about what might come out in the budget on May the 20th. Particularly for property investors. The government has signalled some changes around rules for depreciation and taking losses against income from property. And we're seeing too buyers being relatively cautious. They see the prospect of higher interest rates later this year, and they're also a bit worried about prices remaining up where they are. There are surveys around showing that more people believe prices will fall. And you can see in the numbers that are coming through, particularly for the stratified measure of house prices, that they're not back up to their peaks. The stratified measure, which you can find in the article underneath this video, shows that because of a skew towards properties being sold at the top end of the market, this is skewing the median slightly. The stratified median, which strips out that effect, actually shows that prices have rebounded somewhat from last year, but they're not back up to their peak levels from November 2007. However, there's some activity starting to come back into the market, and you can see that in the numbers of days to sell. That's down substantially in March from February, back down to the 30 days or so. So, there is some activity returning to the market, but it's still tentative, and people are still worried about interest rates rising, particularly later this year, and what we see in the budget. It's clear now that the budget will be a key thing for property investors, both buyers and sellers, to watch. On May 20, the government will tell us what's going to happen to property prices. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was a special housing report brought to you in association with the BNZ.